Discover 10 best things to do in Venice. Venice is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, but it can be overwhelming. There are so many things to see and do that you may not know where to start. That's where this list comes in handy. Here are my top 10 things to do in Venice. 1. Doge's Palace. Doge's Palace is a palace built in Venetian Gothic style, which served as the residence of the Doge of Venice, the supreme authority of the former Republic of Venice. The palace was built in 1340 and served as a residence for the ruler until 1797. The first part to be built was known as Palazzo Ducale Vecchio, while its extension into what became known as Palazzo Nuovo went through many changes over time. 2. Canal Grande. One of the most popular things to do in Venice is to visit its Grand Canal. The Grand Canal is not only beautiful, but it's also one of the city's most famous waterways. It was built by the Republic of Venice and has been used for centuries as a major thoroughfare for watercraft. 3. Basilica di San Marco. Founded in 830, the Basilica di San Marco is the largest church in Venice. It is named after Saint Mark, who was responsible for bringing Christianity to the city. Located on Piazza San Marco, this UNESCO World Heritage Site was built during the 9th century and has been a major religious center ever since. Four. Piazza San Marco. Piazza San Marco is one of the most famous squares in all of Europe. At its center is a huge column topped by a statue of Saint Mark. The square was originally built in the 9th century but was destroyed many times over the following centuries until it was rebuilt in 1577 by order of King Philip II of Spain. It was then completely rebuilt again between 1912 and 1926 after being damaged during an earthquake that struck on November 18, 1902. 5. Teatro La Fenice. This theater is an architectural masterpiece and is a perfect example of Venetian Baroque architecture. It was built in 1791 by the architect Alessandro Galilei and named after its founder, Giovanni Dolfin. The theater's ornate interior is decorated with decorative motifs from Greek mythology and other popular themes from classical antiquity. 6. Campanile di San Marco. One of the most popular tourist attractions in Venice and a great place for a photo opportunity, what socket is also known as the Golden Mount. It is one of the most important Buddhist temples in Venice and can be found on top of an east-west aligned hill that rises from Fressoman Fort. 7. Peggy Guggenheim Collection. For art lovers, there's no better place to spend your days than in Peggy Guggenheim Collection. The museum is housed in a 16th century palazzo and houses works from artists such as Picasso, Pollock, and Rothko. It also stages exhibitions featuring contemporary art from around the world. 8. Cannaregio. Cannaregio is one of the oldest parts of Venice. It's one of the less touristy areas, making it a great choice if you want to escape the crowds. Cannaregio is home to the Jewish ghetto, an area where Jews were forced to live during Venetian rule in Italy and Europe. 9. San Giorgio Majori. The island of San Giorgio Majori is one of the islands in the Venetian lagoon, located only a short distance from Venice. It is an important location for pilgrims and tourists who visit this beautiful city every year to see its famous landmark, the Bridge of Sighs. This site was once used as a prison by the Republic of Venice for political prisoners who were sentenced to death by hanging or drowning at sea. Today, it houses one of Venice's major churches, the Basilica di Santi Giovanni e Paolo, San Nicolo. 10. Ponte di Rialto. There are more than 100 canals and hundreds of bridges, all interconnected by small boats, called vaporetti. The oldest bridge in Venice is Ponte di Rialto, Rialto Bridge, which was completed in 1591 and connected two crucial areas, San Polo, in Dorsoduro, with Santa Croce, in Cannaregio. The bridge was originally used only for pedestrians, however, today cars and trucks can cross here as well. We know that Venice is a city with a lot to see. With so many different things and places to explore, it's easy to get lost in this beautiful place. That's why we wanted to give you some tips on what we think are the best places to visit while you're there. They all have their own unique characteristics, but they all share one thing in common: they will make your trip unforgettable.